Welcome to Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter Resort. This is a moderate resort at Walt Disney World, and I'm going to be giving you an in-depth tour of this incredible resort. Now, this resort is very unique and, in my opinion, one of the absolute best moderate resorts, or kind of middle of the lane. Not super expensive with the deluxe, not a super amazing value like the value, even though they're not that super amazing anymore, but it's somewhere in between. Now, French Quarter, it has a sister, Riverside Resort, but we're going to focus just on French Quarter today. Now, if you haven't been before, it kind of has a New Orleans historic French Quarter feel to it. It features some jazz and maybe the Mardi Gras experience, and it is definitely one that is worth visiting. Now, I do want to take a moment to think about our Neil, who is a greeter who used to be here at French Quarter. He's no longer with us, but you know, when I'm doing this video, I'm thinking about him as I'm walking through. So thinking about our Neil today. As we walk in the front door, you'll notice you have the fountain right in the middle. If you turn to your right, you'll find the shops and arcade along with the check-in area, which I will show you momentarily. If you turn to your left, you'll find those beignets and Scat Cat's Club. We're going to go there in just a moment. But first, let's head towards the check-in desk. So first thing, when you arrive, maybe you're doing the check-in on your phone, maybe you need to speak to someone. This is where you can speak to concierge, maybe bell services, anything you need. It's right there. Now pay attention to that hallway down the way a little bit. We just missed it, but that is where we're going to be coming out of momentarily. Here's the main store at Port Orleans French Quarter. They have a lot of really nice things that you can find all throughout Walt Disney World. However, you know, there's certain items that you can find just about everywhere. But what I want to focus on, especially in these tours, is things that are specific to the resort. So Port Orleans French Quarter really has a lot of fun items, but they have a lot of it that kind of coalesces with Tiana and Princess and the Frog. So there's a lot that you can find there. There's some beignets, all sorts of good stuff. We're going to turn around here and you can see a lot of the resorts actually feature their resort-specific merchandise right in the front, like right in the front center. You can't miss it. Port Orleans French Quarter. A lot of the merchandise is actually shared between French Quarter and Riverside, but I really love this Christmas ornament right here with Minnie and Mickey. It's super, super nice right there. They've got a mug, they've got shirts, they've got plates, they've got bags, just specifically for Port Orleans or Port Orleans French Quarter. Even you can see the beignet mix right there, so you could actually bring some of those delicious beignets with you. Will you be able to come up with the same delicious flavor and texture that you can find at Port Orleans? I don't know. Let me know, but you can get the mix here. Some mugs here, not too bad in terms of price. And again, some hats and sweatshirts, all sorts of things that are specific for Port Orleans. Really, really nice variety of merchandise. And I really like how Disney's expanded that variety with the resort. So you can really bring home a piece of your resort. It wasn't contemporary, wasn't Poly, wasn't Riviera. It was a beignet from Port Orleans French Quarter and the beignet mug, which I'm a big fan of that one. That's been around for a while. And here's Scat Cats with Dr. Fuselier's a hat right in the front of it, which I thought was pretty cool too. So they really kind of encompass a lot of the IPs into the resorts where they can. And this is a change for Disney. This is a relatively recent change, but I do like it. They've added it in a really nice way. So we're going to go ahead and walk through this shopping area here. You see you can exit on your left as well towards that main hall area outside. We're going to go just all the way to the back here. You can find all sorts of magic bands, mugs, candies, cookies, snacks, ice cream, even pressed pennies right there at the end. But we're going to go ahead and make our way out into the rest of French Quarter. Now we're going to turn right. Now we're going to head towards the arcade. Now Port Orleans French Quarter has a much larger arcade than some of the other resorts that we've seen recently and some other resorts around Walt Disney World. And if you are familiar with what used to be Disney Quest, a lot of those games have been moved to the different resorts, including here at Port Orleans French Quarter. Let's go inside and take a look. It's not just one room either. It's a lot of games. So you have this first room. You can see with a lot of these racing games. You've got the basketball game coming up on the left. You have the snowboard game straight to your right. Tank to your left here. A fun one for sure. You got Pac-Man, or it's not Pac-Man. You've got massage chairs there as well. A lot of good games throughout. Now we're going to exit through these glass doors. And the reason we're doing this is because I want to show you there are multiple entrances and exits for a lot of these places around Port Orleans French Quarter. Restrooms on your left, along with the ATM and that mobile battery charger straight ahead. See, we exited and we're back in towards the reception area, right? Basically where we came in, we turned right here, but now we're going straight to cut across this hall towards Sausagulas and, of course, this incredible beignets. Now let's go ahead and make our way through here. You can see the fountain. It's a little tough to see from this angle, but people have thrown those little colorful coins into the fountain. Disney will actually give you those coins to throw into the fountain, and then they will clear it later. Sausagulos is the main dining location here at Port Orleans French Quarter. We're not going to go there just yet. First, we're going to take a look right over here at Scat Cat's Club and Cafe. This is where you can find those incredible beignets. You can see the prices right there. Not too bad, and I do like the ones that have that sauce on the side, like the raspberry. That is so good. You can see it's a relatively popular spot, but usually that line doesn't take too long. You can find there's another club and bar area over here to the right as well. Open from time to time, sometimes for special events, but I did want to point it out for those who are wondering. There's a restroom over here to your right, along with those another one of those pressed penny machines. Seem like they're all over the place, by the way. There seems to be more of them than other times at Disney, at least from what I've seen. Now, this area, if you haven't been in a while, has recently been transformed at Walt Disney World. This is the Sausagoula Floatwork and Food Factory. You can see they got the Mardi Gras theme throughout the whole thing, and some touches of Princess and the Frog. Now, Disney's been having this kind of theme with the main dining areas for a while, where it's almost like a circle where the servers or the chefs can kind of walk between all these different spots where you can get burgers, you can get fries, you can get chicken, you can get fish. There's a dessert one right here, big fan of the dessert one. You can get a shrimp and grits, that's available as well, and then there's more over there on the right-hand side. But one thing that really disappointed me was the lack of po' boys. The shrimp po' boy, in my opinion, was one of the absolute best at Walt Disney World. I did not know that they took them away, but they indeed have, and apparently they've been gone for a while. They also took away those amazing milkshakes they used to have here as well. So really unfortunate that they don't have too much else. They had some Bayou burgers and all that, but I decided to get some yogurt today at Parfait. Yeah, I know, I miss that ice cream a lot. While we're eating it, though, let me show you a little bit more of the Tiana and Naveen right up there, those cards. A lot of this entire area has been rethemed, so it's not just like a over-the-top theming. You can see Dr. Facilier right there in the card. So there's touches of Tiana and Naveen all over the place. And, of course, the classic New Orleans with the masks right there for the special party. You can find them behind these glass cases, and you can walk around and get your resort refillable mug refilled right here on your left. It's just the central island where you'll get those mugs refilled. Now we're going to go ahead and make our way through the rest of this dining area here, and we're going to walk on through and head back outside so you can see more of the resort. I should note there are many entrances and exits to Sausagoulas. I feel like Port Orleans French Quarter and Riverside a little bit too have a lot of these like multiple entrances and exits. It's helpful for when you're making your way around. Now we're going to head to one of my favorite spots after we take another quick look back at this outdoor corridor area, which I really like a lot. Nice palm trees here, really relaxing feel. Port Orleans is made for like sitting back, relaxing, listening to the music. They have such good music just playing in the area. Like the spatial audio is fantastic here as you're making your way around. It is a smaller resort, I should note that, but I love the smaller resort simply because you can make your way around so much easier. You don't have to travel a half a mile to get to the main dining area. It's all relatively close. Now we're going to make our way towards the pool area, and these gators have been playing instruments right by the entrance here, you'll see in a moment, since I was very young. So they have been here basically since the beginning, and they have been playing away for many, many years. So it's great to see them still here, still playing away, and still just as colorful as the first day they were brought to Port Orleans French Quarter. We're going to turn left here and take a look at the hot tub, which is available for resort guests. If you're staying here, you're able to enjoy this hot tub. It is extremely secluded and feels super nice to go in there and enjoy if you're staying at Port Orleans French Quarter. Across the way, you'll find the kids' play area, little playground there. So the littlest ones in your traveling party can get some of their energy out right there. Super easy. More of those gators singing and dancing along the street. I just love it. I absolutely love it. It brings back so many great memories to look at these gators as they're playing away. So cool. You'll find a pool bar to your left right here where it is actually pretty popular, and throughout the day they'll have drinks that are available to you. Really, really nice spot, and a really great seating area as well right outside where you're relatively shaded, which is pretty cool. Now we're going to go inside the pool area just a tiny bit just so I can show you this theming here. I'm not going to go all the way to the back there because a lot of people are enjoying it right now, but you can see they've got the Joker right up here. This Joker, along with those gators, has been here since the beginning. So cool to see him still here, still enjoying Port Orleans French Quarter. There's a kids pool splash area across that through that gate right there where kids can enjoy in a shallower area, and an adults and family pool right here where the dragon's tail is kind of flowing throughout the whole thing. Now we're going to get closer to that dragon when we come around to the other side. I just wanted to give you a quick look as we were making our way through this area. Now we're going to pass by the pool bar here on our left. Again, really nice, great seating. So on the right-hand side, you'll notice they have some outdoor seating as well with the umbrellas. I really do like it. I've sat there when I've stayed here in the past. Really nice. You're covered and you're able to get to the pool and enjoy some food and drink right there super, super easily. We're going to step on out here and see some of those buildings where you stay in the resort. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, we've seen the amenities at this point. Where are those rooms? Sure enough, they're right here, and they're all in the breezeway, as many Disney resorts are. We're going to speed it up right here, but on your left-hand side, that's Building 5, and it overlooks part of the pool and part of the waterway, which connects Port Orleans, French Quarter, and Riverside to Disney Springs and to each other, which is pretty cool. So we're going to walk around the pool in the perimeter here. You can see there's the waterway, there's Building 5 again. We're going to continue walking around, and then we're going to get a closer look at that dragon. So cool. Some little ones in your traveling party could be a little bit apprehensive of that dragon because he is very large and his eyes are extremely lifelike, but I'm sure they'll warm up to him before you know it. He's a great time. It's a small slide. It's not a big slide, but the theming here is beyond compare. It's absolutely outstanding. Now, if you're looking to take those boats to and from Disney Springs or to Riverside, you're able to get it right here. Now, this depends if the water level's high enough. Right now, the water level at Disney at the time of this recording is too low for the boats to run. So, sometimes they're going to be running, sometimes they're not, and that's just part of it. More of those buildings to our left here. We're going to speed it up again as we make our way along this street here. You'll notice kind of a cobblestone on the sides of the street, and again, those buildings where you'd be staying in on the left. So beautiful, beautiful, well laid out resort, easy to navigate, easy to understand. Now on our right, we'll find the kids play area, again, a little playground. And I've spoken about this a couple times, but I feel like the shade, it's not super shady at the moment because the sun was directly above us, but the shade you get from some of these trees at this resort is really, really nice. Some of the resorts at Walt Disney World, you find that they're just in the direct sunlight all day, and it's really tough. Really, really is. But having that shade, especially in the kids play area, is outstanding. Really, really nice. We're going to go ahead and continue walking here so you can get our look at more of the resort, but it's very similar after that. The buildings go on for just a bit further, but it's not too far. Nothing is too far away at Port Orleans French Quarter. It all feels really close, really easy to get to, and it's really well laid out and a great theme throughout the entire thing, especially for a moderate resort. In my opinion, one of the absolute best moderate resorts at Walt Disney World. You'll notice the street signs. That was pretty cool. You got the cake walk and all sorts of other names for the streets, which is pretty cool. If you're looking to roast those marshmallows, you'll see the little fire pit all the way at the end of that little green walking area right down there, little courtyard. And of course the fountains. There are lots of fountains throughout this resort that really make you feel like home. A magical resort, and it is one that I would definitely recommend if you're thinking about staying at Walt Disney World. Hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, especially if you're thinking about going to Port Orleans French Quarter. Remember, it is a moderate resort, so it's kind of in the middle in terms of pricing. Pricing has gone up, but it's in the middle. A big thanks to our Patreon production team for making all of our content possible, and thanks to you for being a part of it. Until next time, have a magical day. See you real soon.